Welcome all of you to our next class. The last class I had to unexpectedly close because of certain disturbance in our college. Now we will continue from where we stopped in the last class. So we were looking at the point why footprinting is necessary. As all of us know, even when you are going to do your project, your main project, in this semester and next semester, um, you have enough time to learn or to collect as many details as possible about the area or about the topic on which you are going to do a project. In PMSC subject also, you might have studied the importance of data collection. That is the first step, which comes everywhere. In the case of any activities, when we are doing any activities, this is the very first step, data collection. In the similar way, hacking also contains this data collection as the first step. Why? Because it's an important process. Hacking is a very complicated one, and it's a very risky one too. So, without doing proper background study, a hacker cannot succeed. And now we have seen four different areas or four different domains where this data collection are to be done very efficiently. First one is the internet domain. There we have to collect the details regarding domain name, network blocks, IP address, TCP, UDP, etc. Similarly, in intranet, various protocols must be studied in detail. Internal domain names, etc. All these have to be considered for study. Now, remote access, that is the next area where we will collect the informations like a phone number, remote control details, telnet authentication, etc. Similarly, extranet. In extranet, we will collect the details regarding connection origination, the destination, type, access control, etc. So these are the various details an hacker or an ethical hacker must collect when if a hacker is going to attack a particular network or ethical hacker he wants to protect a network against these kinds of hacking attacks. Now website, we know that this is most available mostly available information regarding an organization. We usually do publish everything related to our organization in website. Why? It's with a good intention. The clients must reach us easily. That's the primary aim of maintaining a good website and publicizing the details regarding our company in the website. That is for the for attracting the clients. But these kinds of details might be useful for hackers also. As in the case of footprinting, the hacker tries to, or ethical hacker tries to collect as many details as possible about the organization. All these things are readily available in website. So, ethical hacker or a hacker need not have too much worry about collecting many of the details he or she wants. Everything is available in the website of the organization. If the organization has such one. Now, the penetration testing starts here in the website. You can get the sensitive information about the network by using websites. You will get phone numbers, contact name, email address, personal details, along with some details regarding the network. Beside the official website of the company, an attacker might use some social networking website also We all are using social networking sites extensively for sharing many personal or official details. So all these are open to any hacker or an ethical hacker, and he or she can understand about the organization. And similarly individual, we may maintain social media account for organization too. So many details are available in the social media networks and similarly in the website. So a hacker will search all these area in order to collect many vital information regarding individuals in the company, organization, or the details, network or other system related details about the organization. Now we will see some tools, some common tools or some specialized tools for doing this process of footprinting. You can go to Google and search all these kinds of tools, and you can have a better idea about all these things. Now, Google Groups, you might have heard about Google Groups. It is collection. It is used for collecting uh, many email IDs of various employees together, so that by sending a single email, everyone will reach the message. So we may create a Google group and add email IDs of various employees to that. So all we are in order to pass the message to all these employees, all we have to do is just send a message to this particular Google group. So on inspecting Google group, the hacker or ethical hacker will get the email IDs, and many of us are storing some personal details also in Gmail, so like phone number, etc. So all those things will be available to the hacker or the ethical hacker. Now second tool is Whois. Okay. There are many of these tools are command based, and their online version also available. So the website is also given. Whois is a command we usually type in command prompt in Windows or in terminal in Linux. Or alternatively you can go to website also. Website is mentioned here, arin.net or whois.net. These online tools are also available doing the same purpose of this command Whois. So Whois used for gathering IP and domain information. You can see an example here, I think. Whois is examined here in somewhat detail. Here they have shown the uh, screenshot of the command prompt in Windows. So just go to the command prompt and type in the command Whois. Then we can leave a space and then give the URL of the organization about which you want to know. So Whois space cisco.com, they have given the example. Cisco.com, Whois space cisco.com. So almost all details available in the net will be shown here. The same thing you can do with the website also, whois.net. From there also information are available. Actually this document had been prepared a few years back, so there might be a small change in the URL or something. Commands are same, but the URL maybe might have been changed. So just all you want to do is just go to the Google and type in the online version of Whois or online version of other one, Sam Spade. Sam Spade is I think that it's also a command, and you can get the same effect from the website also, samspade.org. If you don't get such websites, then its uh, URL might have been changed. So you may search for these kinds of tool in Google itself, so you will get the latest and a live website related to that search. Okay. So who is for gathering IP and domain information uh, regarding the input we are giving. So in that example, the input was cisco.com. So who is space cisco.com was enough to get the IP and the domain information regarding the cisco.com, Cisco website. Okay. Similarly, next tool is SAMSPADE. It is used to gather IP and domain information itself. So we can use this WHOIS and SAMSPADE alternatively for getting the IP and domain related information of a website. This SAMSPADE is also it's available in Unix and Windows also. Now next one, web data extractor. From the name itself we can understand that it is extracting more details about a web page. It extract contact data, email, like of email, phone number, fax information from a selected target URL. That's web data extractor. Then FOCA, FOCA. It extracts metadata from documents on website to reveal the document creator's network, logon, and email address. If you get the network login and email address and many other things like password, it is very easy to enter into a network of the particular company or an organization and easily can do the attack too. So if these details are available through this tool FOCA, then the work of a hacker is very easy. Now we move on to next tool, that is Microsoft NScan. Here Windows scanning, DNS lookup, and advanced big tools are available using this scan. Necrosoft NScan or nscan.org. That is a reliable website you can go to for getting the online version of this command, nscan command. Now Google search engine, all of us know many details regarding many things are available in Google search itself. So you make use of Google search engine also to collect the details regarding the organization we are aiming at. Similarly, name droppers, another tool, run a domain name search. More than 30 million domain names updated daily. So it's a uh, collection of details regarding many domains. So roughly we can say more than 30 million domain names updated are happening daily in this particular website, name droppers. Next one is white pages, conduct reverse phone number lookup and retrieve address information. Either we can uh, go for finding the address using phone number. Similarly, the reverse force is also available. By giving the address, you can find out the phone number. So here, this white pages they helps the hacker or ethical hacker to find out the reverse number, uh, find out the address using phone number. Next tool is Metis. It gathers competitive intelligence from websites. We will see the what is competitive intelligence in later sessions. Similarly, another tool, Dig. It performs DNS sound transfers. You might have heard about DNS, domain name system or domain name server. It's a system available in the net in order to um, translate IP address into URL and back from URL to IP address. So details regarding the DNS can be collected using this tool. Dig replaces NS lookup is another command. usually used to collect details regarding DNS. You can use alternatively use this dig also. Similarly, Netcat, wget, Paros, Maltigo, these are various web tools available for footprinting. Here we are doing only data collection. Now we move on to some of the familiar tools available for footprinting process. So we have already seen what is Whois. So this Whois, different web server give their own information on the internet. We know. I'm not going to the theory. Okay, I just demonstrated. Okay, now you can see the result of Whois. We had already seen it. Whois. Then we have to provide the URL. Then all the information available about that URL will be displayed here in the command prompt, or you can alternatively go for online version of this Whois tool, which is available in whois.net. So many details you can see what are the details available here with the help of the command Whois. Servers, what are the servers that this Cisco is currently running on. Similarly, physical location for our target. In If we are using the website whois.net for retrieving the details regarding a URL, these details are displayed in more convenient manner. That means with colors, with tables, etc. There you can see, there you can find out the details more clearly. Okay. So all the information needed by a hacker are available here using this tool. The physical location, which are the servers that the Cisco URL is currently running on, that we already got. Then physical location of those servers we get. Now the email addresses used by this Cisco. Similarly, telephone numbers, fax, and name of the servers too, and IP address too. Okay, what are the IP address of these servers? So all these vital information are available using this tool Whois. And the same thing you can see here in Linux version also. All those details are available here also. Now next commonly used tool is NSLOOKUP. Okay, this is another useful command to find the information about the DNS server. Okay, including IP addresses of the computers and MX records. So NS lookup space the URL. Okay, that's the format of NS lookup command. You will get the details like server addresses, then other details, somewhat details regarding the website. Below you can see non-authoritative answer under this category, this title. You can see cisco.com is canonical name. That means we know that whenever we refer a website, you can see um, other details. If you click on some link, or if you go to some other pages, you can see that your URL has been modified like this. Some dot representation you can see there on the address bar. Here canonical name is an alternative name used by the owner of the system. If we have two different types of services available under the same IP address, then we go for canonical name. Suppose that you have a file server and a web server running on the same IP address. So that you can go to file server using another name, namely canonical name. So in order to access a file server, we use a canonical name, and for accessing a web server we use the name as such. So in the case of if a Cisco, suppose that Cisco is making use of two different web server, one is file server, another is web server. Web server is using cisco.com URL, and if the file server is using cisco.com .locadns.net, then uh, this in order to access the file server we have to use the canonical name, this canonical name. Okay, so that is the canonical name. If two different servers are running on the same IP address, making use of same IP address, then we use the canonical name. Canonical name is something like an alias. Okay, so all these details regarding that will be available. Different subcategory or sub pages of this particular targeted URL are also available. You can see all those details here. So this is a result of ns lookup command. And now we will see the result of traceroute. Traceroute is very helpful command, or its online version is also available, where you can see the route through which your request goes from your system to the targeted one. If you want to see the routes of the packet that travels from your system to some destination, suppose at Google, whenever you type google.com, a request from your client machine to the server of Google is passed. So in order to track the systems in between, might be server systems or routers situated in between, all those thing details are available using this tool traceroute. It is readily available using this command. So what is the route that a packet is followed from your client to a destination server? So Google server may be responding, or it may be situated somewhere in foreign country, maybe Google servers in our country may be irresponsive. At that time, our request for getting the home page of Google will go to some other web server situated in some foreign country. So in order to track this route, you can make use of this command traceroute, or its online version also available. You see what are the information that this traceroute command finds out for us. Traceroute, it sends 3 packets with 3 TTL. You may be knowing all these things, time to live and all these network regarding terms, I think. Anyway, you have to learn, master these network related terms very deeply. So this traceroute, it sends 3 packets with 3 TTL for each hop. So why is sending 3 means there is a chance for getting 1 or 2 lost. So in that case, third one will succeed. So in the desktop version, it is somewhat difficult, somewhat complicated to understand the details, but an expert person can easily trace out the route that the packet travels. In the online version, you can easily any person not having any network knowledge also can understand what is happening on the way, on the route from our system to the destination server. So here you can see an asterisk, that means a pointer symbol. It indicates the lost request. Okay, those requests could not succeed in their operation. One of the reasons might be lost connection might have been lost. Another reason might be caused by a router filtering the ICMP and time exceeded messages trying to come back to you. So there could be many blocks or server might be responsive. All those in all those cases we get a failure message. So the command is not trace route, it is trace rt. Okay, trace rt. It commands shows the hop means any intermediate system. It could be a router, or it could be another server or anything. So the Linux version of traceroute command. Now we will move on to next one, competitive intelligence. Okay, we had seen this term before here while examining one tool, Metis, gather competitive intelligence from websites. Okay, so this is one important tool for gathering such information. We will see what is competitive intelligence in much detail. Whenever we say about a competition, we say that there should be a healthy competition among classmates. That means the competition must be healthy. That means one should not be jealous about the growth of another person. That means a classmate or somebody near to you, somebody related to you. You must not be jealous about the growth of your relative or your friends or your classmate or anybody. There must be a healthy competition. You can also compete with them to grow more. Okay, but you should never use any. You must never have any negative thoughts in your mind. There must be a healthy competition. Okay, you can overtake them, but it should be on healthy ground. Okay, you should never try. You should never indulge in any activity that destroys them. So healthy competition is always welcomed everywhere. So similar in the similar manner here, competitive intelligence, it's a action of defining, gathering, analyzing, and distributing intelligence about products, customers, competitors, and any aspect of the environment needed to support the executive and managers in strategic decision making for an organization. So, for such a purpose, in order to grow ourselves, we can compare the growth or the achievement uh, done by similar persons in some other organization or some other area. We must be inspired by the activities the others, the winners have followed. But we must not be jealous. Okay, that's a many main important thing. So for our own growth, we can make use of the paths or the tools used by others, or we can collect as many information as possible about their success stories, etc. And we should never try to destroy them. We can overtake them, but it should be on healthy ground. That is the most important thing. So for better our process, we can collect many details regarding similar process done in the same company or in a different company or in different area even. So collect all those information and try to grow ourselves. Okay, don't create any don't harm any others. Okay, now competitive intelligence is a legal business practice. Okay, there is nothing wrong in doing this competitive intelligence tool. Why? Because it is for the support of our own growth. Okay, we are not trying to destroy any person. So it's done with a positive mindset. It should not be used for industrial espionage. We should not destroy others. We should not make any harm to others. Okay, causing harm to others is illegal. So we are not using that. We are trying to get maximum information regarding their process details, and we are trying to improve ourselves. Competitive intelligence is the process of gathering information about the competitors through observation and web tools. We can collect information from any resources available. Okay. Conducting competitive intelligence. What are the steps involved in doing this, or what are the different ways in which we can collect this information? The first and foremost tool or resource available for doing this process is a company's website. Mm, if one company or organization has succeeded in doing one particular thing, they may publicize it in their website itself. To a certain extent, they might have explained the details regarding their process. So we can collect all those information and we can compare their process with us, and what we are lacking, where we need improvement. All these points we can find out and we can act accordingly. So network attacks often begin by gathering information from a company's website, because web pages are an easy way for attackers to discover critical information. We already saw all these points. Many tools are available for this type of information gathering. There is a tool namely Paros. Okay, that is a powerful tool in Unix, and you can go to website also. I think that this URL is not available. When I searched for this, I didn't get. I think it might have been changed, or the even that tool might have been become obsolete. Anyway, we can make use of many tools for analyzing the details in a website. And next one, using other footprinting tools, the WHOIS, that can be used for performing this competitive intelligence. That means collecting information regarding the competitors. Similarly, using email addresses based on an email account listed in DNS, you must discover that the company's email address format is first name, initial followed by last name, and the company name .com. We usually follow such a convention. Suppose that you have a official email ID in our college domain. Our college domain is iptgptc.ac.in. Suppose that we have a email in that domain, so that you may create users under that domain. So as far as you students are concerned, it is always better to give your register number as a unique name that represents you. The same name may be repeated in same batch or in different batches, or in different branches. Same name we can see. So using a name is not appropriate in the case of such process of creating emails in a organization having many employees. Many one or two employee, two or three, more than one employees may have same name, maybe having same initial too. So it's not always recommendable to use employee's name, or in the case of students, especially in the case of students, it is not advised to use student name as a username or a email ID. So instead we may use register number that is unique for a student, as long as entire state is concerned at least. So anyway, we may go for using register number as your email. So your register number at iptgptc.ac.in would be the email address of you. So an hacker can easily find out that in colleges or in schools or in any such institution, teaching institution, this email ID would be created using the register number or any unique number of a student, so that he can easily guess. Even if you get one register number, he can get any other register number by seeing the peculiarity of the register number. Okay, your register number is, I think it's 19. It starts with 19. So that's admission year. Then comes your branch code. I think that is a 013. 13 is the branch code of computer engineering diploma. Then comes your number, your register, your unique number in our state. So unique number in the unique number in the college. Okay, the remaining four digits represents the uniqueness in your college only. The same last four digits you can see somewhere else also. 13 also you can see in some other colleges. Students doing diploma in computer engineering branch, they are also having the same subject, same course code. Last number would be, last four would be different. Okay, that is the most important thing. Last four digits are not college specific, they will be different. First two digits will be same for all the students getting admission the same year, and next two or three digits would be same for students studying in the same branch. Last four number will be different for each and every student. Okay, so by knowing this pattern, an hacker can easily trace out the email id of the students. Similarly, in the case of a company, if the company has very less number of students, that means not students, staffs, um, then they can go for giving the email id using their first name, last name combination, etc. All these criteria are very easy to trace out. That's the main important point we have to remember. But we give least importance to these kinds of email addresses. But as far as a hacker is concerned, it's a vital information. Now next method or next tool is using HTTP basics. A security tester, he can pull information from a web server by using HTTP commands. If you might have probably seen HTTP client error code. We have seen this 404 error many times. When the service is not available, of server is under maintenance, we usually get this error, 404 error. So a basic understanding of HTTP can be beneficial to security testers, and you don't have to learn too many codes. So from the website itself, you can see many details regarding the servers or the network details of the organization in place. So with the help of this HTTP knowledge, we can trace out many details like network information of an organization. If you know the return codes a web server generates, you can determine what OS is used on the computer where you are conducting a security test. So to a certain extent, we can penetrate into the target machine with the help of these HTTP tools or commands. And next one is detecting cookies and web bugs. Cookies, we know it's a temporary storage we usually have with our web browser. Whenever we go to a website, they provide an tool, namely cookies, in order to better our web exploration, or the web or their website exploration. It is also used for, it is also created for with good intention only. It is for making our search or our surfing very easy as far as a particular website is concerned. Suppose that you are visiting a website for the first time, then you will not get much help from that website. But when you try the website for the second time, you may get better experience, or you may get a better assistance from the, suppose in the case of a online purchase website or something similar. When you log into that app or a website for the first time, you will not get much suggestions from that website. But when you go to that website second time or third time, or later if you go to that website or app, you will get many suggestions. You can buy this, you can buy that, and from your previous history you have bought this, so buying another supportive commodity may be helpful for you. Suppose you are buying a motorcycle. Suppose that you have bought a motorcycle and you are trying to purchase a cleaning tool in that. Suppose that you have purchased one mm, washing liquid from the website, and later when you go to that website they may suggest to you to buy some shining tools, shining products maybe, in order to make your bike, your motorcycle shiner. Or they may suggest you to buy a brush in order to make your cleaning process very easy. So from our past activities, this website understands what's your behavior from the history. What are the things you have done? What are the things you are looking for? You were looking for. So by examining all these things, they will suggest you this could be better. This could be using this one could be better, or you can access this particular tool for a better experience, like that they recommend. Okay, all these things are done with the help of cookies. They are trying to understand our behavior, how we access that particular website. So by understanding that, they give us promotions. They may depending upon our previous purchases, they may give you discount, etc. All these things are done with the good intention in our mind, but these hackers can exploit. Similarly, ethical hackers also examine these things in order to block attacks through this path. So these are various points we have to tell regarding the competitive intelligence. Okay, the rest we will see in the next class.